yanaendelea vizuri na wanahakikisha kila kitu inaendelea. Kenya Private University and uko Witi pia iko hapo na inaendelea vizuri kuhakikisha kwa wale zile universities ambazo haziko katika serikali inahakikishwa vizuri. Asanteni sana ndugu yangu kwa kazi nzuri ambayo unafanya kiongozwa na ndugu yetu. Kakuzi ambayo inahakikisha kwamba tunalea vitu zetu vya kilimo vizuri sana. Asanteni sana. Na hiyo haya watu wetu wa tailors and textile, asanteni sana. Watu wanahakikisha ya kwamba kiosi chote ambacho kinalinda anafanya kazi nzuri. Tumefika kiwango cha mwalimu NAT. Watu wote ambao wako hapa wengi wao wamepitia kwa mikono ya mwalimu, na ndugu Collins Oyu ndio kiongozi wao, na wanahakikisha ya kwamba elimu inaendelea kwa njia mzuri. Collins yuko, serikali imewaona, tunawashukuru kwa umoja wenu. Muendelee kuhakikisha walimu wanalindwa sawa sawa. Hiyo ni jambo la muhimu sana. Run for peace. Kundi la wanafunzi wa vyuo vikuu, Universities and Colleges Students Peace Association of Kenya, likiongozwa na mkurugenzi wao wakili Alan Chacha. Hawa ni wanafunzi ambao wanahakikisha kwamba kuna usalama. Wametoka kwa viwanda universities, 55 universities, na muendelee hivyo kwa sababu mnahakikisha kuna usalama. Asanteni sana. Haya watu wa shoe and leather, ndugu Maina ndio hao wanahakikisha kwamba tunatengeneza viatu za kila aina, industrial shoes, executive shoes, na kila aina zote ambazo wanataka kufanya, hao wanafanya. Viatu za kila aina, industrial za kila aina. Kiwa unataka kwenda kwa babu, unataka kujisaidia, unataka njia gani, yote na kuhakikisha yote, pamoja na rangi yake ya kiwi quality shoe polish. Kiwi ni rangi ambayo imejulikana kwa miaka nenda miaka rudi, na anafanya kazi nzuri sana. Kenya Chemical Workers Union nduko huko ambaye anawakilisha Kenya Chemical and Allied Workers and Chemical Workers Union, wanakuja na crown paints. Crown paints ni rangi ambayo inajulikana kwa kazi nzuri ambayo inafanya. If you want to have the best, then it is crown paints. Iwe ni kwa magari, iwe ni kwa manyumba, iwe ni kupaka nje, watu kwa jua, ipadekani yoyote. Crown is the king of kings. So crown is the king of kings. Muhakikishe ya kwamba you don't miss on crown. Asante sana watu wa glass packages. Hiyo ni Sister Jerry ambao wanafanya vizuri vizuri kuhakikisha wanaendelea na kazi nzuri. Paintball the same, wanaendelea na kazi nzuri kuhakikisha yote ambayo wanafanya inatambulika na inaonekana. Hiyo ndio kazi nzuri ambayo wanafanya viwandani, bila kuhangaika, bila kufikiria lingine. Kazi inatembea sawa sawa. Bakeries ya ndugu Mwagure, hao wanahakikisha pia wako salama usalimini kutengeneza mikate na chakula zingine. Asante sana kwa kazi nzuri ambayo mnafanya, na kila jambo ambalo mnafanya tunawatambua. Asante sana Mass Recalls kwa kazi nzuri ambayo mnafanya. Kwa viwanda mnahakikisha ya kwamba kila jambo linafanyika kwa njia inayofaa. Shukrani kubwa sana kwenu. Kampuni nyingine ambayo inaitwa Ruto Alan inafanya kazi nzuri pia, na tunaendelea na kazi nzuri ambayo inafanya. Tunapendezwa na mzidi kufanya kazi kwa viwanda, kuhakikisha nchi yetu inajijenga kwa haraka sana, kwa sababu kazi ya viwandani ndiyo kazi ambayo inahakikisha nchi yetu inaenda mbele. Amalgamated Union, Mr. Rosso Mamo ambaye ndio kiongozi wao na anahakikisha kazi inaendelea vizuri katika engineering, tengeneza vyuma na kila jambo ambalo wanafanya, wanahakikisha nchi inaendelea vizuri. Tailors and Textile Workers Union nayoongozwa na Reverend Joel Kandie Chebe ambayo ni Chairman General wa KOTU, pia wako hapa kuhakikisha wanatuonyesha ni kitu gani wanafanya viwandani. Nguo za kila aina ziko hapa, wanatengeneza zote. Royal Apparel EPZ wako na nguo za kila aina. Ukitaka kupata hizi nguo uende hapa lokali ziko, na pia ng'ambo zinapatikana kwa maduka ya ng'ambo. Kazi nzuri sana ambao wanafanya Royal Apparel EPZ. Shukrani sana, mnajua kazi yenu na tunafurahia kazi yenu. Nyinyi ni wenye kuhakikisha nchi inaenda mbele vizuri. Asanteni sana Royal Apparel, umefanya kazi nzuri. Supra Textile pia ni textile industry. Wasonge haraka. Hatutaki pengo hilo haraka. Asanteni sana kwa kazi ambayo mnafanya viwandani. Naona wanaonyesha material safi, kutandika, ya kufanya nini, shona manguo na kila jambo ambalo wanafanya. Sunflag Textile bado ni textile industry, na ni industry kubwa ambayo inahakikisha kila jambo linatembea kwa njia inayofaa. Very good. Nafurahia sana. Kenya Union of Journalists, na ndugu yangu Eric ako hapa na mimi, anahakikisha ya kwamba habari zinafikia watu wakati unaofaa na ni sawa ukweli. Hakuna ja kuchanganya lolote. Asante sana. Hiyo ingine wanakuja pia textile industry EPZ, na washukuru sana kwa sababu mnafanya kazi nzuri. Nguo zenu zinaonekana, mnafanya mambo ambayo inaendelea united. Asante sana kwa kazi nzuri mnafanya. Uendelee mbele, kwa sababu nyinyi ndio mnafalisha nchi yote, na kila jambo na kila mtu anatambua nyinyi. Hiyo ni kazi nzuri sana mnafanya. Maendeleo ndio jambo la maana kwa nchi yetu hii, kwa sababu bila hiyo hakuna maendeleo yoyote. Kwa maana Kenya is focusing to be industrialized country by 2030, and 2030 is not far from us, it's just around us. Kwa hivyo tunapoona nyinyi mnatoka huko pote kutengeneza haya mambo yote mnafanya, tunafurahia sana. Mhakikishe tailors and textile industry, kazi nzuri mnafanya. Asante sana tailors and textile. Asante sana tengenezaji wa vitu mbalimbali. Haya, parking insurance hiyo letipape naendelea vizuri. Alafu tipape hiyo inaendelea vizuri sana, mambo ya insurance ya kampuni. Alafu Kenya Union of Commercial Food and Allied Workers, Kenya Union of Commercial, kazi nzuri. Haya, hii ni ndugu Torome ambaye ni Kumset, naangalia kuhakikisha ya kwamba treasury planning yote inachungwa kwa njia inayofaa. Kazi nzuri ambayo wanafanya, na hiyo ni yote ni ya Mungu. Haya, inaitwa the top unit wares EPZ. Asante sana, mnafanya kazi nzuri. Yote hiyo ni textile. workers of Shauri Moyo Bee Housing Project ambao wanahakikisha ni under construction and building union, wanahakikisha ya kwamba wanafanya kazi mzuri, wajenzi wa masoko na kila kitu katika Shauri Moyo, na popote wanapofanya kazi wanafanya kazi kwa bidii. Haya, tuendelee na wakazi ambao watoka Kibera, Soweto, Bee Social Security. Wewe maridadi sana kwa kazi nzuri ambayo mnafanya. Kenya Railways ambayo ni ya ndugu Jumo, nayo pia haikuachwa nyuma, wanaendelea na kazi nzuri, wahakikisha ya kwamba mambo yao inaonekana. SGR inaendelea kupanuliwa. Nashukuru Mheshimiwa Rais kwa sababu umenegotiate extension ya SGR, na nakushukuru sana. Workers of Mukuru Social Housing Mukuru, asante sana. Kenya Union of Domestic Hotels and Njeru ndio wao wanakuja mbele wakionyesha ya kwamba wanafanya kazi yao kwa njia gani. Domestic workers ndio hao ambao sisi wote hapa ni employers, kwa sababu at least mtu ameandika wafanyakazi wa nyumbani, na lazima walindwe sawa sawa, wapewe haki yao. ILO Convention number 189 na 190 ambazo zinawalinda ziko. Kenya Petroleum Oil and Workers Union na ndugu Okoth ndio hiyo inapita hapa mbele, hakikisha mafuta yetu inalindwa sawa sawa na kazi inaendelea vizuri. Kenya Union of Commercial Food and Allied Workers ikiongozwa na ndugu Kabubi, Boniface Kabubi, ambaye ni mtu matata mashuhuri kabisa, anaongoza wafanyakazi wake vizuri. Automobile Association, Evaluation Inspection na kila kitu inafanywa na AA. Ukitaka kuendesha kwa mtu mzuri Kenya, itakupa mafunzo mazuri kuhakikisha ya kwamba inaendeshwa na kazi vizuri sana, ambayo unafundishwa na inafanya kazi mzuri. Asante sana AA. Najulikana kwa mafunzo mazuri. The best drivers we have been trained by AA. Asante sana. Asante sana. Ninyi ni watu wa nguvu. Ninyi ni watu wa nguvu. Mnaelewa kazi yenu. Mnalinda nje. New White Apparel EPZ. Hiyo. Itaongozwa na Reverend Koel Kandia HV. Wote wanajua kazi yao. Hakuna mchezo hapo. Na hawa nao wanakuja ni kupet ambayo inaongozwa na ndugu yetu Akelo Misori, ambaye ni mtu shupavu sana, akiwa kwa shughuli zingine kabla, lakini anaakilishwa na mdogo wake hapa, ambao ni walimu wetu wa secondary schools, wanahakikisha watoto wote wanaenda university. Hakuna mtoto kuanguka hao wakiwa darasani, wote wanaenda university kama hao wanawafunza. Asanteni sana kwa kazi nzuri mnafanya. The County Government Workers Union ukiongozwa na ndugu yetu Roba Tuba. County Government, mambo matata yote iko hapa, kwa sababu ni watu wanajua kazi yao, wanalinda kazi yao vizuri. County Government zote ziko chini yao na wanahakikisha kazi inafanyika vizuri. Asante sana kwa kulinda nchi hii. Devolution ilifanya kazi nzuri na mnaendelea vizuri. You are well determined and you know what you are doing. Na washukuru sana kwa sababu nyinyi ni watu wa nguvu. Kiendelea Kenya National of Nurses, Union of Nurses, Sete Panyako. Nurses wetu ndio hao wanahakikisha tuko na usalama tunatibiwa kwa njia inayofaa, tunaangaliwa kwa njia iliyo nzuri, wanahakikisha usalama unarudi kwa binadamu, na jambo lolote linalomuuma mtu wanalinda. Usalama ni kwa kila mtu. Haya, asanteni sana na muendelee namna hiyo. Matatu Workers Union, matatu sasa haibaki nyuma. Wanataka kuhakikisha kuna sheria ya kulinda watu wa matatu ili wawe pamoja na sisi. Yote inawezekana kwa kupitia kwa watu wa matatu. Asante sana, keep up. We will recognize you. G4S, which passed here the other time, this is their now vehicles and private ambazo wanatumia kwa kufanya kazi zao. Asanteni sana G4S. Mnafanya vizuri, barua zinafika kwa wakati unaofaa, hakuna kuchelewa. Message yoyote ambayo unatakana kufanya, mnafanya kwa njia nzuri, pamoja na very tight security ambayo sasa hawataki mchezo. Wakipewa kazi wanafanya kazi na roho moja, kwa amani na upendo. Hiyo yote inafanyika chini ya ulinzi katibu mkuu ndugu Francis Atwoli, ambaye anasimamia hao watu wote ambao wanafanya hii kazi. Tunaendelea hivyo. Kuna wengine ambao wanakuja, wote ni watu ya ulinzi ambao walishapita hapa, lakini sasa wanaonyesha vifaa gani wanatumia kwa kazi yao hiyo. Kwa hivyo nawashukuru sana kwa kazi yenu ambayo mnafanya kuhakikisha kuna usalama mahali popote ambapo mumepewa kibarua na wasimamizi wenu. Hiyo ni kazi nzuri mnafanya. Security firm. Asante sana. Kazi nzuri, muendelee hivyo, muongeze maarifa, mchukue usukani kuhakikisha nchi yetu inaendelea mbele. Hakuna kurudi nyuma, kwa sababu nchi hii inataka kuhakikisha kila mtu anasonga mbele. Asante sana Katwali, ambayo zamani ilikuwa ni KK cards, sasa wamebadilisha jina na wanahakikisha ya kwamba ulinzi uko sawa sawa. Sifa ni kwenu nyinyi wote kwa kazi nzuri ambayo mnafanya. Sifa ni kwenu kwa sababu hakuna lingine ambalo mmewacha bila kufanya, mpaka kuhakikisha mna fire fighting equipment, mna kila kitu ambacho kinaweza kuhakikisha kinasaidia wakati shida yoyote inaweza tokelezea, na nyinyi muko pamoja nao. Hamuachi nyuma. PM securities pia muko pamoja nao. Kazi yenu ni ya kupendeza sana. Kazi inaendelea vizuri. Wa magari watu wa vifaa bado zinakuja, na tutahakikisha sote zipite mbele hapa, kwa sababu nataka tujue ni kazi gani kila kikundi kinafanya. Tuendelee mbele SHA, ambapo kila mtu anaombwa ajiunge na SHA, kwa sababu hapo ndio usalama wako huko. Punguza mambo ya harambee kwa magonjwa, punguza mambo mengi, ingia SHA, alafu hakikisha ya kwamba unapata matibabu inayofaa. KenGen, hawa ndio wanahakikisha tuna umeme, wakiongozwa na ndugu yetu Ernest Nadome Gatau. Wanahakikisha kuna stima inatoka kwa mfuke, inatoka sehemu mbalimbali, kuhakikisha hakuna blackouts na vitu zingine katika nyumbani kwetu. Waliniambia ya kwamba mwaka huu kuendelea mbele blackouts hazitakuwa. Asante sana kwa wale wanatoka kwa printing na kuprepupa ambaye inaongozwa na Sister Jerry. Asante sana kwa kazi nzuri mnayofanya. by securities na wale watu wa ulinzi na vingine, nashukuru sana. Na wale ambao wanaenda driving school wa vehicle valuation inspection, ambayo nafikiri watu wake wa mkono walipita hapa, na sasa hawa wanatuonyesha ni vifaa gani wako nazo viwandani. Asanteni sana kwa kazi nzuri ambayo mnafanya. Hii ni njia moja ambayo tunahakikisha ya kwamba nchi yetu inajitosheleza viwandani, kwa sababu tusipofanya hivyo tutakuwa kwa imports, na imports ni kupromote biashara za watu wengine ambayo haitasaidia sana. Watu wa maziwa KCC, asante sana viongozi na ndugu Kabobi ambaye anasimamia watu wa KCC. Asanteni sana. Bado tunaendelea kwa sababu Kenya hii wale watu wako viwandani ni wengi, wanafanya kazi nzuri sana kuhakikisha nchi inaendelea vizuri. Wale ambao wako mbali wafanya haraka kwa sababu tunataka kwenda kwa kiwango kingine. Wale ambao wana control track wahakikisha wanakuja haraka. Nataka tukimaliza, kwa sababu tumepewa muda wa kutosha na rais wetu, kuhakikisha ya kwamba tuonyeshe vifaa ambazo tuko nazo. Hawa ni watu wa Kenya Power ambao wanaonyesha vile wanaunganisha stima, na ikiwa kuna emergency wanakuja haraka chini ya ndugu Endes na Dome ambaye anasimamia watu wa Kenya Power. Hakuna kulegalega, kazi ni kwenda kwa haraka. Yote inawezekana kwa ajili mambo hii inaendelea chini ya rais wetu Dr. Samuel Ruto ambaye ameilinda sawa sawa, na anataka kuhakikisha viwanda zote zinafanya kazi kwa njia inayofaa. Asante sana. Na wale ambao hawajafika, nafikiri tutakuwa na nafasi yenu mwaka ujao na mtaonyesha vifaa zenu. Asanteni sana, na naombea Mungu awabariki, awape neema kuhakikisha ya kwamba nchi yetu inaendelea haraka kimaendeleo na kwa vyovyote vile. Asante sana ndugu yangu, usukani ni wako. Shukrani.
Haya basi, pongezi kwa wafanyikazi wote ambao wamewakilisha wale wengine na kutuonyesha vifaa ambavyo wanatumia kila wakati kwa kufanya kazi. Kwa heshima Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa sasa tunavyotulia, nataka niwakaribishe Kotu Band, Ninga Flames na Choirs kupatia wimbo mmoja kabla tuende kwa horodha ya sasa kwenda kwa hotuba. Kwa hivyo Kotu Band, Ninga Flames and the Choirs, uwanja ni wenu.
So
Solidarity Forever. Najua wengi wetu wanajua chorus peke yake, kumbe ni wimbo mkamilifu. Tuwapigie makofi tena Kotu Kwaya kwa kutumbuiza kwa wimbo Solidarity Forever. Kwa sasa Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba tuendelee na hafla yetu, na sasa naomba nimwalike the Chairman of General Central Union of Trade Union Kotu, Brother Reverend Joel K. Chebi, aje anene machache. Tumpigie makofi tukimwalika mwenyekiti. Karibu sana.
Your Excellency President Dr. William Samoei Ruto, CGH, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces. Dr. Francis Atuol, Secretary General of Kotu, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Minister, Honorable Dr. Alfred Mutua, EGH, the Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Labor and Social Protection, all senior government officials present. Your Excellency, before I proceed, I will request you and the whole congregation to stand up, maana tulipoteza jana Mheshimiwa Charles Ong'ondo Were, MB Kasuburi. Yeye alikuwa ni champion ya wafanyakazi. It's unfortunate jana aliaka. Kwa hiyo Your Excellency, kwa heshima hiyo, na najua alikuwa anasaidia serikali yako na kusaidia wafanyakazi pia, ningeomba heshima hiyo tusimame kwa dakika moja. Your Excellency. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We can sit down. Your Excellency, allow me in my capacity as the Chairman General of KOTU to formally welcome you, Your Excellency, to the 6th anniversary of International Labour Day celebration here in Kenya. We appreciate for your coming. At the same time, Your Excellency, allow me to thank you. Allow me to thank you for operating an open door policy for workers whenever they seek your audience like today. Equally, Your Excellency, let me welcome and thank all Kenyans workers who are gathered here today and those watching us from their homes or places of work. Allow me also, Your Excellency, to now again thank you. You know, sangine kuongea kama mtu abane kwa kiti ni hatari sana. I don't know what to say. So, Your Excellency, this Labour Day is very important for our Kenyan workers and the whole world. Na tunaomba ya kwamba wewe umekuja leo hii na umeona umati huu ambao wamekuja. Tunataka kushukuru, najua Dr. Tuola atakuja kusukumuza, lakini na kushukuru tena maana ulikuwa hapa last year na cabinet yako na leo umekuja. Kwa hiyo tunashukuru. Kile naomba tu ni ya kwamba asante kwa employers. Na Your Excellency, kuna employers aina mbili because mimi namaliza. Aina ya kwanza ni wale wanachunga wafanyakazi na wanalipa taxes. Aina ya pili ni employers ambaye wananyanyasa wafanyakazi na pengine walipe taxes. So, naomba through Minister of Labor, Dr. Tuola kwa hapo, turekebishe mambo hayo kwa ajili ya wafanyakazi. Maana tutaki kuissue strikes. Sisi ni watu wangwana. Na kwa hiyo, ninaomba wafanyakazi walindwe na wasaidiwe wherever they are. Your Excellency, sasa I want to recognize a delegation from Egypt. We have a delegation from far end Egypt who have come all the way. It is the KOTU of Egypt, and they are here, Your Excellency. They have come to join us together with you. Kindly, I want to recognize them to stand wherever they are. They are led by Brother Eid, the Secretary General, equivalent to KOTU in Egypt. I don't know where they are. You can stand up. Let Excellency see you. He's the Secretary General of Egypt. Your Excellency, I want to call now upon Dr. Francis Atwoli. Dr. Francis Atwoli, umekaa na yeye, tumekaa pamoja naye. Na si mtu rahisi sana, unajua yeye party kuna nguvu mingi. The last time nilijua yeye alikuwa na watoto 18. Your Excellency, is very important. Ujue ni mtu ya nguvu sana. Sisi wengine tulifunga chapter hiyo. Lakini ukiona yeye hivyo bado iko na niseme yeye bado iko na ile mama ya mwisho yang. So mtu kama hiyo, Your Excellency, si mtu rahisi sana. I thought mngepika makofi upande hiyo. Bana rais. Kwa hiyo nashukuru kwa kazi yako. Hiyo kuendelea hivyo, uendelee, lakini tusaidia wafanyakazi. It is now my time, Your Excellency, to welcome Dr. Francis Atuol, na ningeomba makofi tafadhali. Dr. Atuoli, katibu mkuu wa koti.
Reverend, sometimes you can make me laugh. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, I want to assure you that today I will be very, very brief, because in your position as our President, you have all information concerning the working men and women across our country. I want to recognize the Cabinet Secretary. I want to recognize your Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Dr. Musalia Mudavadi. I want to thank him also to have taken time to accompany you. I want also to recognize my own minister, or Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Labor, Social Protection, Mheshimiwa Dr. Alfred Mutua. All Cabinet Secretaries present, the Principal Secretary, Minister of Labor and Social Protection, State Department for Labor, Honorable Shadrach Mwangolo Mwadime, the Principal Secretary, Minister of Labor and Social Protection, State Department for Social Protection and Senior Citizen Affairs, Mheshimiwa Joseph Mogosi Motari. I want to recognize the Executive Director of the Federation of Kenya Employers, Sister Jacqueline Mugo, accompanied by her able President of the organization. Other Principal Secretaries present, ambassadors and high commissioners, managing trustee of our National Social Security Fund, Brother David Koros, the acting Director General of the Industrial Training Authority, nowadays is known as NITA, National Industrial Training Authority, Sister Teresa Wasike. Other dignitaries present, members of the Executive Board of KOTU, members of our Secretariat, our brothers led by Brother Aid Marcel from Cairo, Egypt, who leads the giant Egyptian Trade Union Federation, who are here with us. You are most welcome. Your Excellency, first and foremost, as I said, I will be very brief. I want to take this opportunity to thank you. We can't take it for granted. You were with us here last year. And since you were elected as our president, you have respected your position as a worker number one. And you have been with us all the time that workers have assembled here. You have shared this International Labor Day with us. Your Excellency, we are celebrating also our 60th anniversary. We have been around for 60 years. And in these 60 years, Your Excellency, I have been around as the leader of labor movement in this country for 24 years. And recently, Your Excellency, when we were with you in Nyanza, I did mention that you are my last president for me to serve. I have served all presidents of the Republic of Kenya, and I also assured shop stewards recently that as you see me here, I'm contemplating to exit. But then, because we have democracy, and there are people who are watching what we are doing, whether we are responsive to workers' needs or not, a section of my executive board met and gave another resolution, and they are confident in me. But I want to assure them, as much as we have heard our song, which says our solidarity is forever, we call ourselves brothers and sisters. This does not mean that as we enter into the new year, that it will be only that Woli who can be able to lead the movement. Our organization is democratic. We are free and independent. And among our affiliates, 42 of them, they know your capabilities, those who are affiliates, your ability to articulate issues concerning working men here and across the globe, and they will make a decision, and we will respect their decision. Your Excellency, this year's theme is self-reliance in production is the key to economic growth. Your Excellency, unless we are in producing, unless we are in manufacturing, unless we are attracting foreign exchange, our economy can hardly grow. But if we produce and we support you towards that direction, we will be in a position to spur economic growth and create more employment for our young men and women. Your Excellency, as Kenyan workers, we remain alive to the fact that global political trends largely affect market dynamics and the prospects for growth and employment creation. Some of the problems that face us are not only unique to us here, but some are global. But if we are together with you, Your Excellency, if we work hard, if we produce more, we can overcome all these global economic challenges. Without a doubt, the election of Donald Trump as the 47th President of the United States of America and his consequent policies that are focused on building and manufacturing capabilities of the U.S. through self-reliance and imposition of tariffs call for all of us to relook and to rethink twice how we can be free and independent economically. Your Excellency, this year's Labor Day celebration is a special one because Kenyan workers will be marking 60th years of anniversary, as I have said. And we have made a remarkable achievement. Wewe mwenyewe umeona wafanyikazi wakipita hapa mbele yako. Umeona zile vitu wanafanya viwandani. Umeona kazi zao. Umeona commitment yao. Na wewe ndio mlinzi wao. You are the chair of our industrial relations practice in this country. And therefore, as you sit, as you look at them, I know you think well about Kenyan workers. Indeed, as I said, we will support you towards any route you take in enhancing and protecting workers' rights in this country as a champion of social justice, number one. Your Excellency, on outsourcing, Your Excellency, one of the biggest problems that your government faces in meeting its revenue collection target is outsourcing of labor that has become a very common among the Kenyan employers. As Kenyan workers, we appeal to your government to institute action that will ensure that workers are covered by collective bargaining agreements as it is practiced world over. And the outsourced people have an opportunity to contribute to our revenue through statutory deductions as other permanent employees. Your Excellency, we can also foster self-reliance in production, particularly in key sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, and also supporting micro, small, and medium enterprises. As I said, Your Excellency, I don't want to take a lot of your time. Kwa ajili sijui umetubebea nini. Naweza ongea sana na urudi na ile kitu umebebea wa Kenya. Your Excellency, you have seen the textile industry here. It is our wish that we support our textile industry. Because when we were growing, we had Kikomi, we have Raymond, we have Rivertex, we had Thika, textile milling machines. We had everywhere in Kenya, we were producing textile materials. We need to go back there, Your Excellency, and we will support you to create more employment. Lastly, I shouldn't say last, but second or third to last, I want to take this opportunity to thank you. Last week you went to China, and we in Central Organization of Trade Unions, we work closely with all Chinese Federation of Trade Unions. And Chinese, Your Excellency, most of them are genuine and they support Africa genuinely. But since our policy, foreign policy, and our Kenya's policies of a non-alignment, we work with every nation. But I want to thank you for your trip to China. We will be able to realize more, particularly the agreement you signed to address the dual carriageway from Nairobi towards Western Kenya, and also to extend SGR. SGR is one of the important routes that will alleviate transport problems facing Kenyans. The other area I want to mention, President, that I cannot sit down without mentioning this. This is an area of patriotism. This one I will talk, and I will talk as a patriotic Kenyan until I go to the grave. I'm appealing to Kenyans, Your Excellency. We must love this country. We have no any other country. If this country went down to dogs, we have no any exit route. Kenyans are watching their television. They should look what is happening in Bukavu, in what is happening in Goma. Pali mtu anatoka na watoto na kondoo, wanafika kwa njia, wana abandon kondoo, anarudi kwa watoto yake na wajafika pahali wanaenda. This is not the route we want to take. But Your Excellency, one day you Kenyans will remember me. If we don't regulate social media, if we don't, in China where you have been, it is regulated. With a population of about 1.4 billion people. In Dubai, it is regulated. In UK, it is regulated. In US, it is regulated. Kenya cannot be free for all. Kenya can't. You see, that is the patriotism that we must follow. Your Excellency, I want to appeal to you also to apply reforms in public institutions like posts, those postal cooperation, to make sure that it is effective. Because if you look at Amazon, which does the same job in the US, it does very well. We want to make sure that that one is handled well. We support also, Your Excellency, the issue of leasing our sugar industries. They must not remain moribund. They must be seen producing sugar for our own Kenyan, for our own consumption and export for purposes of creating employment. We must support you so that we can be able to create employment. Lastly, Your Excellency, I want to appeal to you. This city belongs to all of us, and this city must reflect other cities of the world. This city must reflect Accra, Ghana. This city must reflect Abuja in Nigeria. This city must reflect Kigali in Rwanda. This city must reflect Abidjan in Ivory Coast. We cannot remain in a filthy city, a city of hawkers, a city of riders, a city of matatus, and when somebody arrives at the airport on Mombasa Road, is full of hawkers depicting the picture of poverty of Kenya. This must come to an end, and we are appealing to the national government to team up with the county government and make sure that we have a city. Let landlords paint their buildings, repair their pavements, and make sure Nairobi, we reclaim our lost glory of this international city. Your Excellency, we support your housing problem, and we appeal, since we are represented on that board, that workers should use their pay slips to acquire those houses. Workers have no money for deposit. We can use our pay slips to get into those houses. I appeal to you to go towards that route, Your Excellency. The other area, Your Excellency, I want to appeal to you. I want to assure you, not to appeal. I am sitting on SHA board representing workers. And I want to show Kenyans that SHA is working. SHA is now working. Lastly, Your Excellency, I want to support the managing trustee, Koros, of NSSF. He has done a commendable job. He has done very well. And as I'm talking, since we implemented the new act, NSSF has realized 220 billion for Kenyans, and we must rally behind the managing trustee of the NSSF. Lastly, Your Excellency, we have a problem. You saw workers here with placards saying, let us carry out ratification on ILO Convention number 189 to protect our domestic workers. Let us also ratify ILO Convention 190 to stop both domestic harassment and violence at workplace. These two conventions have been ratified world over. And Your Excellency, you need to talk also to the Federation of Kenya Employers. You are our person. Let them give us support in this direction. Your Excellency, you need also to talk to the Federation of Kenya Employers. That when you gave these workers 6%, to date is not fully implemented. I'm telling you for free and for sure. And there is no any time His Excellency the President has announced the year salary increase and then it becomes a subject of debate. And when it comes to ILO Convention, it will be your government that will be accused at the International Labour Organization. It will not be COTU, it will not be the Federation of Kenya Employers. So anybody frustrating the ratification of ILO 189 and Convention 190 is frustrating your government. Anybody who doesn't want that 6% you gave us to be fully implemented, he's not frustrating workers, but he's frustrating the government. I would have gone on and on, Your Excellency, but as I said, I don't want to get you tired. I want to repeat that please, we want to live in a peaceful country, address issues of social media, address issues that are afflicting these workers. If you have something, Your Excellency, the cost of living in this country is at around 45%, and that is too high for them. This is caused with some dynamics of variations in economic performance and some global economic situation that affect us as well. Your minister has tried what he can, but I will assure you, please go to his rescue, try to make sure that these workers are properly compensated, and more so, Your Excellency, What is eating in our jobs are free riders, people who are employed through the back door, outsourced at a lower rate. They don't pay taxes. They don't contribute to collective bargaining agreement. There is no any agreement binding on them. They are slaves in our industries, enslaved by employers, and Kenya as a free country can sit and see people outsourcing people. A company retrenches people, it asks its supervisor to form a company of exploitation. This can't be allowed in free Kenya. We can't allow that under your watch. As I promised the President, I want to be very brief because we will be talking. May I take this opportunity to invite your Honorable Minister for Labor, Dr. Mutua, who will be able to give some few words and observe protocol, other protocols for you to come and say. The other thing I'm being reminded by my deputy that I had forgotten, ni mambo ya hizi vitu tunakatwa, housing, nini, taxation. It should not be on gross salary. Hizi vitu natakana viwe on basic, so that gross, umefanya overtime, umefanya nini, it's not interfered with. And I know Your Excellency will look at that. All deductions, salary deductions, statutory deductions should be at basic, not on gross, where somebody might have toiled very hard to work on overtime and he doesn't realize something. Mwisho, Your Excellency, usitishike. Iko watu wengi wanapenda kutisha sana. Mimi nilikuwa hapa President Kenyatta akiwa president. After 3 years we had a problem in the government. Jaramogi left. Nilikuwa hapa when Moi was a president. After a few times there was a lot of problems. Nyinyi nyote mnajua until up 1982. Mpaka when he was leaving kila saa watu bila Moi yote inawezekana. Nimekuwa hapa President Kibaka akiwa kwa kiti mimi, and I served him. Kibaka alitengeneza kila kitu Nairobi, he improved the economy. But 2007, how wananchi voted him out, we had to do some ukarabati. Sasa nimekuwa hapa wakati wa Uhuru. Uhuru ni rafiki yangu sana. But you could hardly see him outside the way you are outside, you are visible everywhere. But he managed to finish his 10 years. Hawa Kenya unasikia ground ni mbaya. Hapa ground hapana mzuri. Ruto must go. Na sio ground ni mbaya. Wewe anasema ground ni mbaya. Mwenyewe hana ground. Nasikia hiyo. Wacha tuwache mtu amalize kazi yake. I saw watu wa press, mtu ameandika kwa Standard, anasema atuoli yeye kazi ya trade union court is not a political party. We serve the government of the day. We negotiate for our rights. Huyo kijana anataka elewe hiyo. We are not a political party. We are not aspiring to have a president. We must support the government of the day for the stability in the country, which will be extended to industrial stability. Wewe fanya kazi, kama iko makosa, we are principled. We will come out and say, hatufichi. Kama iko watu ambao ni corrupt, we will tell you and take action. Na usitishwe. Let me take that, Brother Mutua, waziri, kuja uongee, alafu hizo protocols zingine utaangalia za kuinvite His Excellency the President. President, I thank you very much for honoring this day. May God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Atwoli. I think that's the shortest speech you've given in a long time. Congratulations. I'll also be very quick. Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, Excellency, Prime Cabinet Secretary, my colleagues, Honorable Eric Muga, Minister for Water, and Honorable Geoffrey Ruku of Public Service, PS Shadrach Mwadime, Karen Agengo, and Joseph Motari from my ministry and other principal secretaries, Honorable Justice Bira Mogaya of the Labor and Employment Court, and other honorable judges who are here, the chairman and executive board members of KOTU, Sister Jacqueline Mugo, executive director of FKE, international partners, our friends from Misri, Karibu, distinguished guests. Your Excellency, sir, the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection is on steroids to ensure labor, which is one of the 4 factors of production, is nurtured to play its role in the development of Kenya as per your amazing economic plan. We're in a country that is in a rapid movement towards industrialization and manufacturing, and labor will play a very important role. We are embarking on various areas of employing and providing employment to our people. One, we anticipate that we are going to create over 500,000 jobs overseas, and we continue to put in place measures to ensure safe and orderly and regular migration and mobility. We have started dismantling cartels who had controlled this space for years, and we will continue to do so despite their theatrics. We have a program of Kazi Mtandaoni, Your Excellency, which you've launched, and by 2022 we approximately had 2 million Kenyans working in digitally enabled jobs, and the numbers are growing. It's a major growth, and we will be addressing some of the challenges, including the digital skill gap, unequal access technology, and other resources. Mheshimiwa Atwoli has talked about the challenges we are facing in social media. It's also an area that we need to have a conversation about to see how we can direct our energies from negativity to positivity so that we don't pull each other down. We have a program of Kazi Baharini, whereby we estimate to employ more people as seafarers and to work in the ocean, but there's a small challenge of seafarers' identification documents which need to be issued to revamp training curriculum of seafarers and give them opportunities. We have Kazi Kwa Ground, Juakali sector, Ujenzi sector. Thank you for the National Housing Program that is doing very well, affordable housing program, providing livelihood to millions of people by extension by the workers that are working there. Your Excellency, there are a few challenges impeding progress of the programs. For example, we have cartels and rogue agencies that are taking advantage of vulnerable Kenyans. We have fake news on low labor mobility pathways are being used to either mislead our youth or try to discourage them, and we are dealing with them. Your Excellency, workers are not slaves. They are workers and must be treated with respect. Recognition of their human dignity is a right and must be safeguarded at all times. Workers must be paid rightful legal wages, including overtime, and treated fairly without discrimination, and they should also enjoy decent work conditions. Workers in turn also need to be obedient, faithful, and dedicated to their employers because it is a relationship. Workers need to identify the few among them who steal from their employers and try to bring down the same business that are employing them. So we are going to ensure that workers and working conditions are set by the law and that people can go to work and work well. Your Excellency, kukona shida kidogo. I get a lot of reports in my office about sexual harassment. Sexual harassment in our workplaces. Nataka kuambia Wakenya kwamba mrembo akiandikwa, our sister, our children, our daughters, akiandikwa kazi, usianze kumpangia, unaanza kumnyemelea, na akikukataa unamfuta kazi, unaanza kumharas. We must ensure there is a safe working environment for our young girls and even our young boys. That power dynamics is something that we'll be talking about. A manager should not be dating a junior in the same office because of those power dynamics. Soko ni kubwa Kenya hii, angalia kila mahali. Soko ni kubwa, wachana na wafanyikazi wanaofanya kazi na wewe. And we will not continue with this habit, and we will take measures to ensure there is no sexual harassment in our workplaces. Your Excellency, savings is critical. We're encouraging all workers to ensure they have a savings plan, either through the NSSF, or if you're not employed, you're self-employed in the jua kali sector, in SMEs, NSSF has a harbor-to-harbor program, or where you can actually continue saving. It is important. Waswahili walisema ya kwamba ujana kama moshi ukienda haurudi. You are young today and vibrant. Hakuna kitu kibaya kama kuwa mzee ambaye hana pesa. You save today for tomorrow. And we're encouraging all workers, wherever you are, to engage and register for a savings program. Mheshimiwa Atoli, I want to assure you that ratification of the conventions 188 and 199 is en route. I've held a meeting with my staff. I've talked to the PCS, and we are going to accelerate, together with other important laws that make sure that our people are given the rights that they deserve. Your Excellency, social dialogue is important. I'll be calling a meeting very soon between COTU, FKE, and all other social partners to discuss on working modalities. Strikes. At the end of a strike, people sit down and talk. And I want to encourage all workers, if there's a problem, talk to me. Let us sit down and discuss the problem before the strike, not sit down after the strike. And I can assure you we will be able to sort out many problems so that people do not go on strike, so that we have a country that is moving forward. Lastly, Your Excellency, I want to echo the words of Mheshimiwa Atoli. You know, we hear very many words. I was a governor for 2 terms. Na wakati nilikuwa governor, watu walikuwa wanalalamika sana. Unajua, katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, kila mtu anajua kwamba ukiangalia shamba na unataka kulima, hilo shamba lazima upalilie, uchimbe kwanza vizuri, upande, mbegu ikimea upalilie, uweke maji, ikikua vizuri, kuna tumbili, kuna ndege, uwafukuze wanyama, ndio uweze kupata kile ambacho ulikuwa unapanda, ndio uweze kupata. Na wakishia kwamba serikali hii ya William Ruto iko na mpango, na wakati huu bado tunaendelea kupalilia, na wakati huu bado tunaendelea kukuza na kufukuza nyani na tumbili, wengine tumeshafukuza wameenda nyumbani, ambao kazi yao ni kuharibu ule mmea. Na nchi hii najua kwamba kuja 2027 Wakenya watakuwa wanauliza William Ruto ulifanya nini, na sisi tutakuwa tunaonesha serikali yako imefanya hiki na hiki na hiki. Kwa hivyo nawahimiza Wakenya tusubiri na tuone, watch this space, kwa sababu mbele iko sawa. And it is my pleasure to welcome His Excellency Honorable Musalia Mudavadi to say a few words and to welcome you to address the people of Kenya. Thank you, Excellency.
Your Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, the Secretary General of COTU and the entire leadership of COTU, the Federation of Kenya Employers, my colleagues, public officers here present, and most of all, our distinguished workers who have come to celebrate the 60th anniversary of their efforts to build this country, and also to mark the Diamond Jubilee of our celebrations. Your Excellency, I will not say much, but I just want to flag 2 issues. The first one is that this month, the World Bank and the IMF released data that officially confirmed that out of the 55 nations on the African continent, Kenya's economy is the 6th largest in the entire Africa. Your Excellency, this is a very big achievement. And as we celebrate the 60th anniversary of our workers, we want to recognize that Kenya would not have attained that without the sweat of the workers of Kenya. So we want to commend the workers, producers of goods and services in Kenya for having played a very significant role in assisting Kenya to become the 6th largest economy in Africa. The second point, Your Excellency, on the same issue, is to emphasize that that growth must also come out of stable political leadership. Your Excellency, this is where you come in. You have led this country. You have maintained its stability. We have maintained democratic practices, and you are resolved to ensure that the stability is unquestionable. When we talk of the 6th largest economy, it cannot happen in an environment of turmoil, in an environment of conflict, in an environment of war, in an environment of political instability. And my dear brothers and sisters, the biggest threat to any nation is not terrorism. It is when the institutions of that country collapse. The President has held our institutions. The labor movement as an institution must be firm and solid. The working must be firm and solid. And all political structures and administrative structures must be solid. That comes through good leadership. And your President, Your Excellency President, you have been at the forefront in ensuring that we walk the straight and narrow path of ensuring that our institutions work. Kwa hivyo, ndugu na dada, kwa kifupi, nimesema tunawapongeza kwa sababu baadhi ya mataifa 55 ya bara la Afrika, uchumi wa Kenya sasa ni namba 6 katika bara la Afrika. Hatungefika kwa kiwango hicho bila jasho yenu kama wafanyikazi. Tunasema asante sana. Jambo la pili, hatuwezi kufika pale ikiwa hatuna uongozi. Kwa hivyo tunamshukuru Mheshimiwa Rais kwa kuhakikisha kwamba Kenya ina uongozi ambao ni wa kidemokrasia na thabiti. Mkiona watu wakizungumza, wakipiga kelele, wakifanya nini, hiyo ni demokrasia. Na wengine wanafikiri kwamba hiyo kelele inamaanisha kwamba Kenya imeharibika. La, jaribu kupiga hiyo kelele katika sehemu zingine. Hata marafiki zetu wengine wanashindwa kuandamana kwa mataifa yao, wanakuja kuandamana Nairobi, wakiandamana mambo yao. Kwa hivyo Kenya ni thabiti na sisi tutii sheria, na ni wajibu wangu sasa kuwaomba msimame ili tumkaribishe Mheshimiwa Rais aje ahutubie wafanyikazi wa taifa letu. Hebu tumkaribishe kwa makofi. 1, 2, 3. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Tafadhali tunaweza keti chini. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Mheshimiwa Prime Cabinet Secretary, waheshimiwa mawaziri, makatibu, katibu mkuu wa KOTU, Daktari Francis Atwoli, and the entire labor movement leadership. Ndugu na dada wafanyikazi wenzangu wa taifa la Kenya, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Wafanyikazi hoye. Wakenya hoye. Mimi nafurahi sana kuungana na nyinyi katika sherehe hii ya muhimu ya kuadhimisha siku ya wafanyikazi katika taifa letu la Kenya. Pia kuadhimisha miaka 60 ya KOTU katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na kama mfanyikazi, naungana na wafanyikazi wenzangu. Kuna wale wafanyikazi wako permanent and pensionable. Alafu kuna wafanyikazi wengine kama sisi ambao tuko kandarasi ya miaka. Wengine wako na kandarasi ya miaka 3, wengine miaka 5 na tofauti zingine. Lakini sote sisi ni wafanyikazi wa taifa letu la Kenya. Na itachukua sote tukiungana, tukishirikiana, kwa sababu kuvua ni kazi, kufundisha ni kazi, kutibu ni kazi, kulinda walinzi wale kutoka yule guard mpaka CDF wa jeshi wote ni wafanyikazi. Pale sokoni kazi inaendelea. Kule viwandani ni kazi inaendelea na wafanyikazi. Kule mashambani vile vile ni kazi inaendelea na wafanyikazi. Sisi zote tukiunganika, tukifanya kazi kwa pamoja, ndio Kenya itapiga hatua ya kwenda mbele. Mimi leo napenda sana, huyu Atwoli alisema ataongea kwa kifupi. Akaongea kwa kifupi kweli. But wacha nisome taarifa nilio nayo alafu nitasema mambo machache. I am honored, ladies and gentlemen, to join you today as we mark 60 years of tireless advocacy, solidarity and progress in protecting the rights and welfare of Kenyan workers. International Labour Day grants a timely reminder of our constitutional and moral duty to uphold the dignity of labor without discriminating by age, gender, race, ethnicity, or ability, and to continually confront the evolving challenges facing our workforce. Self-reliance in production is the key to economic growth and resonates deeply with our collective national ambition. It calls on all of us as government, workers, entrepreneurs, and communities to champion a Kenya that is resilient, productive, and truly self-reliant. It is in this spirit that this week the Cabinet approved the 2025 Finance Bill, a key instrument in our ongoing national economic transformation quest. This bill has been carefully crafted to stimulate economic growth, deliver efficiency, and enhance competitiveness and expand opportunity. In fact, its provisions are designed to offer targeted relief for both businesses and workers and to support the spirit of enterprise and productivity. Notably, to improve workers' take-home pay, employers will now be required to apply eligible tax relief and exemptions directly when calculating pay as you earn, a significant shift from the current system where such reliefs can only be claimed from Kenya Revenue Authority. Precisely what Atwoli was talking about. I think he read my speech, and that is why he was raising those issues. This will increase efficiency and immediately benefit employees. Additionally, all pensions and gratuity payments for both the public and private sector will now be tax exempt. This reform is a recognition of the service and sacrifice of our senior citizens and workers, and a step towards ensuring that retirement is met with dignity, not stress. Small businesses will also benefit from simplified tax treatment, as they will now be allowed to fully deduct the costs of everyday equipment in the year of purchase, thereby eliminating unnecessary delays in accessing or assessing tax relief. Distinguished workers, ladies and gentlemen, when we speak of making Kenya truly self-reliant, I am proud to report to the nation that we are not merely making declarations. We are taking bold, concrete, and measurable steps. We are walking the talk, and here is why. For decades, our national savings culture was stagnant compared to our neighbors in Uganda and Tanzania and elsewhere. Until 2023, just 2 years ago, the average Kenyan worker saved only 200 shillings a month through the National Social Security Fund. Over a span of 60 years, we collectively as a nation managed to save 320 billion. In 2023, we operationalized the law mandating a savings contribution of 6% by both employee and employer, and the result has been remarkable and impressive. In just 2 years, we have mobilized 280 billion in national savings, nearly equal to what we saved over 6 decades. By end of this year, we will have doubled that 60-year figure, and by 2027, we project to have raised close to $1 trillion in domestic savings. Kenya's savings to GDP ratio currently stands at between 10 and 12%, depending on the calculation you apply. My intention is to raise GDP or savings as a percentage of GDP to 25% in the medium term. That will enable us as a nation to build a pool of resources that we can use to lend to the SMEs and the private sector, and we can grow more businesses and reduce the cost of borrowing, so that the double-digit borrowing of 18% or 20%, it is not possible for us to grow our economy, to grow more business, to expand enterprise if the cost of borrowing money is high. We must bring it down to single digit. And the route to bringing it down to single digit is to build greater savings in Kenya. I want to thank the Kenyan workers. I want to thank Dr. Atwoli and Kotu and FKE. When we sat down with them, they saw the point when I made the case to them that it is time for Kenya to measure up to what other countries are doing, and we have to make the necessary decisions so that Kenya can build savings in a manner that it will help us, one, reduce old age poverty. When I came here for celebrations, Atwoli here told me Kenya is number 92 in the worst countries with old age poverty. Because if you save 200 shillings, when you exit at 60, maybe the entire savings you will have made is like 70, 80,000. 70, 80,000 will not last you 2-3 months. And that is why, after retirement, many workers die. So we must make sure that after retirement, all workers will have a decent livelihood, and they can have a good measure of pension, and also make sure that they can have monthly income coming from their hard-earned savings when they had the energy to work. The blueprint of our inclusive plan in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda is anchored on 5 key pillars: agriculture, micro and small enterprises, universal health care, affordable housing, and the digital and creative economy. I must stand here to thank the Kenyan workers from across the divide. You all remember that in 2022, we had challenges of food insecurity. We had challenges of inflation. We had challenges of exchange rates. I want to say and to report to the country that after 2.5 years, our Kenyan farmers have done a tremendous job. They have produced food. We have supported them. We increased our maize production by 40% in the last 2 years. We increased our production of coffee. We increased our production of tea. We have increased our production of sugarcane. And today, our import bill, importing maize or sugar or the other commodities, has gone down because our farmers are producing more than they have done before. We must commend them because they are working for the people of Kenya. I must also say that because of the interventions that we have made, inflation has come down from 9.6% to 3.5% this year. Exchange rate has come down from 165 to the dollar to now 129 to the dollar. We have expanded our foreign exchange reserves by 2.4 billion shillings. 240 billion shillings. So we have made progress. And that is the reason why the IMF last week listed Kenya as the 6th largest economy. In 2022, Kenya was the 8th largest economy. In 2.5 years, we have managed to overtake Angola, we have managed to overtake Ethiopia. Now Kenya is the 6th largest economy in Africa. In fact, it is the largest economy in East and Central Africa. And it is because of the Kenyan workers, the collective effort of our farmers, of our workers in industry, of our teachers, and everybody else that has contributed to moving Kenya to where we are today. I am very confident about the future of our country if we work together in the manner in which we are working together. In agriculture, our overarching goal remains to make farming profitable, stabilize farmer incomes, and secure national food security. The reduction of fertilizer prices has led to 40% surge in maize production, boosted farmer earnings, reforms in the coffee sector, including the elimination of inefficiencies and corruption, and the streamlining of the Nairobi Stock Exchange have raised farmer prices from 50 shillings to a kilo to between 100 and 150 shillings to a kilo now. Similarly, reforms in the sugar sector have revitalized the industry, leading to record production, better incomes, and bonus payouts for farmers, while creating thousands of new jobs. I recall with very deep personal satisfaction seeing Mama Redempta Makoha of Mumias receive a bonus check of 80,000 in January this year, money she has proudly used to advance her well-being. That is what real impact and transformation looks like. And let me assure the Kenyan workers and the representative of the Kenyan workers, we've just completed the leasing of the 5 sugar factories owned by the government of Kenya. They will now be commercially run by private sector players who have the acumen, the resources, the know-how on how to run business. And I want to assure you that no worker is going to lose their job. In fact, with the increased efficiencies, with better performance of these factories, we are scheduled to hire more workers so that we can drive our sugar industry. Our affordable housing program is another flagship initiative delivering real impact. By end of April, it had created 250,000 jobs spanning architecture, engineering, urban planning, masonry, carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, while reinvigorating local economies. I proudly saw workers from affordable housing for the transformation they are carrying out in the Republic of Kenya, not just in Nairobi, but everywhere else. This program will, in the next few years, expand home ownership across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the MSME sector remains the greatest untapped reservoir of employment in Kenya today. Our commitment to unlocking its potential is resolute. The Hustler Fund continues to deepen financial inclusion and support entrepreneurship. Over 25 million Kenyans have accessed nearly 70 billion through the fund, with over 4.5 billion saved, mobilized in savings. We have also introduced a 9-band credit rating system to formalize credit histories and unlock new opportunities for those without traditional collateral. Already, more than 4.5 million borrowers with A and B rating have qualified for the Hustler Fund Bridge product, linking them to commercial banks and paving the way to the formal credit market. Over 400,000 have transitioned to this product, with some accessing up to 150,000 without security, without title deeds, without logbooks. They can now have access to 150,000. These borrowers are the future of our enterprise and economy. Ladies and gentlemen, our education, we are closing the teacher shortage gap that existed in 2022 of 116,000. We have recruited over 76,000 teachers in the last 2 years. And we have set aside another 2.4 billion shillings in this year's budget to hire additional teachers, 20,000 of them, with effect from January next year. Further, the government has allocated another 1.6 billion for capacity building for teachers and another 1 billion for the promotion of teachers, so that we can have them assist us produce more human capital and more workers with skills and competencies to manage our economy and to run our country. This investment has improved student-teacher ratios, enhanced literacy and numeracy, and generated stable employment in communities across the country. Labor migration continues to be a cornerstone of our strategy to expand jobs for Kenyans. Last year, over 200,000 Kenyans secured jobs abroad. This year, we are strengthening our efforts through targeted recruitment and bilateral labor agreements. The newly opened Labor Attaché office in Berlin will help operationalize these partnerships and serve as a strategic hub for accessing opportunities in the broader European countries or European Union of 26 countries. The net well-being of workers is incomplete without health security. I am pleased to report that over 21 million Kenyans have registered under the Social Health Authority, up from 8 million under what was NHIF. This is a monumental leap towards universal health coverage. I urge every Kenyan to register, and I am happy that every day I watch the SHA portal, and every day between 45,000 and 50,000 Kenyans register. They are assessed, and we are moving the country towards universal health coverage. We are overcoming the teething problems that existed, and more Kenyans are beginning to realize that we can have universal coverage, reaching out to as many Kenyans as possible. Distinguished workers, ladies and gentlemen, the right to join a union for protection of the values of fair pay, safe working conditions, and the right to unionize is a constitutional guarantee. I have directed the Ministry of Labor and all relevant agencies to ensure that even employees under outsourced contracts can freely join trade unions and benefit from collective bargaining frameworks. Additionally, I am also pleased to announce that Kenya will ratify the two critical ILO conventions. ILO Convention number 189 of 2011 on domestic workers to safeguard their dignity and rights, and ILO Convention number 190 of 2019 on eliminating violence and harassment in the world of work. Dr. Mutua and team, you know what you need to do, so that when we come here next year, we will report to the Kenyan workers that we have ratified and we have concluded our work. As Dr. Atwoli has said, when we agreed to enhance pay by 6% last year, there ensued a debate, and some of the employers have not implemented the 6% we agreed on last year. It is not right, it is unacceptable, and I am directing the ministry to work with the head of public service to ensure that every employer makes sure that we implement the 6% increase of salary that we agreed upon last year, and to quickly embark on the exercise to put together the next agreement so that we can take it forward in the next time. To all of you as the Kenyan workers, I agree with Dr. Atwoli that the city of Nairobi is the face of Kenya, and we must live in the city that has dignity. And I have joined hands with the county government of Nairobi to make sure that we complete all the link roads, to make sure that the city of Nairobi has motorable walkways and decent roads in different estates, especially in the informal settlements. We have also agreed with the city of Nairobi on how we are going to clean this city. As I talk to you, we have 20,000 young people under the Climate Works arrangement, because I made a commitment that we are going to clean Nairobi River and make sure that we develop additional social housing for the people of Nairobi to give dignity to the city of Nairobi. I went around the city of Nairobi 2 months ago, and we also agreed that the children of Nairobi, who today don't have as much school facilities and infrastructure as other counties, will benefit from additional government support, so that all the children in the city of Nairobi, especially those who live in informal settlements and attend informal schools, are graduated to public schools where they can get proper education paid for by the government of Kenya. I want to thank the members of Nairobi, the members of parliament from Nairobi County, and some of them are here, for the partnership that we have worked on to make sure that both the children of Nairobi go to school and the city of Nairobi benefits from the Climate Works program that will employ more young people. And we are going to be transitioning to another 40,000, to another 20,000 to make it 40,000 shortly as we graduate into the budget next month. So wale wote ambao wanashiriki katika kazi hiyo ya Climate Works, wale wanashiriki, na mimi naona nafikiri wengine wao wako hapa, wale wanafanya kazi katika affordable housing, mimi nataka niwaeleze ya kwamba hii nchi yetu itajengwa na sisi kama wafanyikazi wa taifa letu la Kenya. Affordable housing itatupatia ajira, pia itatupatia mahali pazuri pa kuishi, kuondoa wananchi wengi wanaoishi katika vitongoji duni. Na mimi nataka niseme ya kwamba vile mumeuliza, mmoja wenu wameuliza ya kwamba mnataka kutumia payslip katika kuaccess mambo ya affordable housing. Hiyo ni maneno mzuri sana. As long as we are discussing how we are going to occupy the houses, whether by deposit, wale wako na deposit, yule ambaye una deposit peleka payslip, tutapangana na wewe tujue vile utapata nyumba uishi mahali pazuri. So tushirikiane namna hiyo, tufanye kazi hiyo kwa pamoja, na mimi nataka niwaeleze ya kwamba Kenya itabadilika. Nilikubaliana na watu wa China. Wakati nilienda China, pengine watu wengi walikuwa wanafikiri tumeenda kukopa madeni zaidi. Hapana. Tulikubaliana ya kwamba tutajenga barabara kutoka Rironi kwenda Nakuru baadaye mpaka Malaba. Lakini sio kwa madeni. Hapana. Tutajenga barabara hiyo kutumia investment. Vile tumejenga expressway kutoka airport mpaka mjini Nairobi, hatujatumia pesa ya serikali. Na hiyo pia tutafanya hivyo. Hata hiyo reli tutatoa Naivasha tupeleke mpaka border yetu na Uganda. Vile vile itakuwa kupitia kwa barabara ya investment, sio kwa madeni. Kwa sababu nimesema ya kwamba lazima tupunguze madeni, kwa sababu inaweza kuharibu nchi yetu. Na tutumie mbinu mbadala, a different approach, a much more innovative approach to carry out development in our country. And it is doable and it is possible. Kwa hivyo tushirikiane katika njia hiyo, na mimi nataka niwaulize Wakenya wote tuungane, tushirikiane, tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. Uchaguzi inakuja 2027. Na Wakenya wataamua mambo ya uchaguzi 2027. Kwa sasa tushirikiane, kila mtu afanye kazi mahali ameajiriwa. Ikifika wakati huo kutakuwa na mtihani, 2027 kutakuwa na mtihani. Wale watapita mtihani wataendelea, wale wataanguka mtihani wataenda kulima, na dunia itasonga mbele. So Kenya inatakikana tuwe namna hiyo, tukijua ya kwamba tusiharibu kubwa tukigombana, ugomvi pande hii, sijui nani atafanya wapi, sijui nani ndio nini. Hiyo ni mambo ambayo haiwezi kutusaidia kwa sasa. Kwa sasa tuzalishe chakula, tusaidie wakulima wetu, tusaidie kilimo, ituzalishie chakula, ituzalishie mambo ya agroprocessing, itupatie bidhaa ambayo tutauza nje ya nchi, tuweze kudhibiti uchumi wa taifa letu la Kenya. Tujenge affordable housing, wa Kenya watoke katika slums. Tuhakikisha kwamba kuna bima ya afya ambayo haibagui nani yako na kazi, nani hana kazi. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba tuko na amani katika taifa letu la Kenya, ili uchumi ikue na sisi wote tujivunie kuwa wa Kenya. Sisi ni nchi ya demokrasia. Umesikia vile Atwoli amesema wako na demokrasia kule Kotu na kuko na demokrasia everywhere. We want to build a strong, democratic, united, prosperous nation that all of us can live in and be proud of. And it's not going to happen. We are going to make it happen. And it's going to be a product, a prosperous Kenya is going to be a product of decisions that we make. We cannot be prosperous if we don't make the right decisions. We cannot develop if we make the wrong decisions. We must make the right decisions for the country to grow. And I want to promise the people of Kenya that I will always make the right decisions to make sure that Kenya makes progress. Because I owe it to the people of Kenya to make the right decisions. Sometimes they may not be popular, but they are the right decisions that will change the destiny of our country. If I did not make the right decisions in 2022, if I did not stop the subsidies of fuel and unga and all the other things, we would not be talking today that Kenya is the 6th largest economy in Africa. We would be talking about something else. So, tunataka tushirikiane namna hiyo, tufanye kazi namna hiyo, and I am very confident about the future of our country. Kenyans, we have the best country that we can have. We should be proud to be Kenyans. And we must do whatever it takes to make this country great. We must avoid convenient decisions that only helps us to mark time on the same spot. We must make the decisions that will make Kenya progress and move forward. And I want to assure you that as long as I'm president, I will make the right decision.